This is breaking news with Brad Bearclaw. On today.
And we're back.
We are back.
Season 3.
Three.
They say good thing comes in threes, bro.
Yeah, it's the magic number.
It's a magic number.
It's God's number, man. I don't know.
I think that might be seven.
Seven?
Well, there's 3 sevens, right?
Yeah.
There's
So
the 777.
don't fractals work in threes or something like that?
Yeah, you hit jackpots with 3 sevens, you know.
Yeah.
So
Fractals.
Don't pass go.
exactly.
Don't be in the wind.
These are all good things to
Yeah.
keep in mind there. Hey, TikTok, what's up? We are off the reservation,
Yes, we are.
quite literally and in the way that-
Figuratively,
Yeah,
mentally,
Physically.
spiritually.
we're out there, buddy.
We're out
Oh, we are out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We're season 3.
Season 3, guys.
So, did you enjoy your break?
Yeah. No, I did. I was telling you guys this before. Like I feel like when you're a creative person and you've been working on a project, you know, it's hard to like get out of it, you know. And when you do like a full stop out of it, like it's hard to like pull yourself back in, you know. It's like
no
because you
kidding.
just like I don't know about you guys. Last season, I kind of put a lot. I feel we put a lot
did.
into it, you know.
Yeah.
And I think we
Especially
kind of burned
you carry a lot on your shoulders.
well, it's like we burned ourselves out. I mean, because we all have our own like
Yeah.
stuff. Like we all have our own lives. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
I mean, we couldn't even go over to visit Grandpa and help him put up Christmas lights this year. You know what I mean? It's not like we usually do that, but I mean, you know, he asked for it. And,
yeah. But to be fair, Grandpa did ask for it the day before Christmas.
Merry
And-
Christmas.
So that was a little tough to swing, considering we were already had plans. But
I was
that aside, I'm cooking a roast, Grandpa. Sorry, I can't make it over.
Christmas. Oh my God, dude, we haven't talked since Christmas.
Yeah, it's
Dude, like the
been-
world has changed since
sure
Christmas.
has, man.
You guys
But,
keeping up with
I
all
mean-
the news going on?
Well, Ella was saying that he was having a hard time, and you know, personally, like I feel like I had a hard time like trying to jump back into this, and I think one of the things that like really pushed me to be like, hey, we got to get it back in it, is you know the few fans that we were like, hey, when's your guys' next episodes out? And when people started doing that, I was like, you guys are listening?
You're like, oh no, I need to make another. We got to make another season.
Well, like
Gotta
I was
get on
saying,
this.
like the world has changed, and like this has always been like an outlet to just like talk to you guys about it.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like just be like, hey, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? And you're like,
Yeah.
no way, fill me in. And like it's just the way to like decompress, you know.
Yeah, I like it because we all get different news. You know what I mean? We all focus on different things in our life.
The
And then we come back and we
news.
share it with each other. And we're like, oh, I didn't know that. Man,
Price of eggs.
yeah, price of
today.
eggs. Taylor Swift
Taylor
taking on
Swift.
Ticketmaster. You know,
Fighting people.
honestly, Kanye's been pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, like we haven't. I mean, he went missing. I think that
Did
was
he?
actually, he went missing. I don't know if they've found him yet.
I got a DM from one of my friends. He's like, yo, what's up with your boy? I'm like, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah,
He took off his tracker.
Yeah. Have you heard like all the conspiracy theories? They're like
No,
saying
no.
like he's like a clone now. Like there's people out there that are like he's like 5 inches shorter than he used to be.
Oh, man.
Like yeah, just crazy shit.
Now who's
I
walking
think it's
around
just,
with
he
the
just stopped
measuring
wearing
tape?
those.
Okay, well
boots.
here's the thing, like how it happens, right? Because you know you're like just watching like social media, like somebody like took measurements of how tall Kim Kardashian was, right? Well, somebody compared those measurements to his new wife's height, and they're like, he's shorter than her. And so, like, they're just saying, like, it doesn't make sense. So I'm like,
It's because he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. Like, I mean, like, okay, so you think about it, like, oh man, do I want to say that? No, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
you don't want to go.
I'm just saying, like,
don't-
as I've
you don't
gotten
wanna get
older,
canceled.
It's TikTok, man. You can say whatever you want.
Man,
people's
like
platform, man.
Gotta give it. Just
let,
give
let-
back to
let me say
people.
something different. Like
people.
the older I've gotten, the more weight and responsibility on my back, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's just weighing me down now to the point where I'm just kind of slouching everywhere. You know what I mean? Like maybe
like-
that's what it is. He lost his shoes. They took away his shoes, and now he's like, man, how am I gonna sell my $100 t-shirts,
He was
white
like,
t-shirts?
he's like, you'll need to pull my contract, and they were like, okay. And he's like, oh, wait. And now Kanye's like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have had that Adidas contract pulled. Yeah, it's very possible. We don't know. We don't know what's going on with Kanye. But in other news, what else is happening? What's going on?
Oh man, have you seen what's happening?
Catch me up.
What happened for the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay, so some natives so first off, the Super Bowl happened in Arizona, in Scottsdale, and so the NFL got together with some native dancers, fancy dancers, and asked them to like shoot some like promo for their whole intro and outro for all their thing.
Yeah.
And so they go down to downtown Scottsdale and like they're just filming, and one of the local shop owners came out and just like went off all kinds of racist mess.
Oh yeah.
Well, which is crazy because Scottsdale is kind of known for its Native American fine art.
Yeah, but
in
it's
that area.
also known for being.
Yeah, like I have to say, Arizona doesn't have the best like reputation for
Open-mindedness.
Yeah. No, I mean, this, if that's what we're. You showed me that video.
Yeah.
The guy was yelling, "It's MAGA country."
Yeah,
and he was
like just mocking Indians.
Yeah, and the thing is, that dude, what was his name?
Gilbert Ortega.
Gilbert,
and he's
Gilbert
actually like the son
Ortega.
of the guy who started the
He's got
Ortega galleries.
Yeah.
And like they were all over the place. They're all over all over Gallup. I think there used to be
here.
Ortega's here in
that's right. Huh?
Albuquerque.
I have seen them. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? Because like you said, like this is his life line, you know what I mean? And he's over here like talking all kinds of craziness. I thought you showed me that video and I was like, dang, man.
And like I love to talk about things that like hit close to home because, me being a native artist, these are people that I have to do business with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, I've actually never done business with this Gilbert Ortega, thank God. But I have to say that when you're in native arts, these people have a reputation. And I have to say, like, we know who you are.
Now, what do you mean these people? No. Yeah.
And so
for taking advantage of
native arts or of native artisans, native jewelers, native creatives. And, I steer clear of these people. Unfortunately, he's a buyer of, Navajo jewelry. And so a lot of the Navajos that are, jewelry makers, they're forced to have to go and interact with them.
Yeah.
Or people like this. And, it's just, it's fortunate that social media exists now. So like people like this, it's recorded.
You can catch these instances where it's like, whoa, didn't know homeboy was racist, but
and like
there it is on Front Street.
And you can just sense it. Like, and you can always sense it because like I'll be doing a show and like just these shop owners come up and like they just act a certain way. And they're like, love to throw the term gallery around, and you can just sense it, you can feel it. And so then you ask around with, your other native artists and they're like, yeah, steer clear of that person. And so, if you're a native, I guess if you're a gallery owner that, carries native artwork, know that your reputation, it gets out there and, we know who to do business with and we know who not to do business with. And so
I think the hard part is for consumers to know who they should do business with and who not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because it's easy to put that face on when you got a customer in front of you, and then all of a sudden you've got, your people that are bringing, your artists that are coming to you, and you treat them a certain way. It's like, so everybody just do better. Just do your homework, research a little bit.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's we're gonna take a quick second. Let's take a quick break.
So now we're back in. We had just finished talking about what was it? The Gilbert Ortega incident.
I keep saying you said Gilbert, and I said that earlier too. I don't know why I couldn't say Gilbert.
It's because I don't respect him.
Gilbert Ortega. Well, you want to get his name right so people can, be aware of who this person is. Anyways,
but hold on. But like it didn't end there, right?
Okay.
So like the
Story
Super Bowl
continues.
was like against the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
So like you have this whole tomahawk chop, and you have like all of this whole like racist
Caricatures.
imagery, and natives are out there protesting. I don't even know if you saw that.
I
But,
did
like they
not.
took to the streets and like they were protesting, and like you had these colonizer antagonizers come up and just like blatantly do it in their face, right? And it just is like, if you want to say it's respectful and you want to say that it's made to honor us, then don't do that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you do that, you show your true colors of why it's there. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just,
I mean, I don't go to a TV ward and start coughing. You know what I mean?
well, it was so funny. So like these guys are out there doing the tomahawk chop, right? And like these are like the classic Midwestern, like Missouri guys. Like I'm talking like beet red in the Arizona sun, like drunk as a skunk, and like they're doing the tomahawk chop, and then like you see somebody's auntie come out. And have you seen the Washington Redskin Caucasian mashup?
No.
Where it's like it says Caucasian and it's written out like the Washington Redskins logo, and like the guy's doing the tomahawk chop, and like literally the deadly auntie goes up and just holds it in front of him, right? And so that's what everybody can see, and like it's just like it's just justice, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's just like it's perfect. So
I didn't realize all of that was happening with the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's the dark underside that nobody ever gets to see.
Yeah, and it's like that. It's like typically that's it, right? It's like there's always that backside of the stories that don't get the attention that they need.
Well, to be honest with you, since we're talking about it, I totally checked out from the NFL. Like, and I'm gonna just say it out right now. Like, I think it's 100% scripted. Like, especially when you see like Patrick Mahomes come out and he's wearing a WWF belt. Like, I mean, come on. Like, he's wearing a WWF
This is all
belt,
news to me.
bouncing around. Like, it's like these two organizations are now like married together, and like it's so fake. And like, especially people that played the game, like you see how these plays happen, and you're like, that is just like you had every right to just light this guy up, and you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you see kickoffs get called back, or you see people just not finish a play, and you see them not tackle and let the guy go by, and you're like, dude, like this is just scripted, 100% scripted.
You can't sit through it anymore. It's just
no.
I thought
I don't mean to bring everybody down.
I just mean like I thought it was a pretty good game. I ended up catching a few pieces of it.
I don't know. I'm always that guy. I don't mean to bring everybody down. But
there's
it's
got to
like,
be a good, healthy, a bit of a skepticism and stuff. It keeps the rest of everybody grounded.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. What else? What else was going on? What happened with you, Mal?
One of the things that that I thought was cool, because I'm more into film and everything. One of the things that came out.
Oh, you were into film?
Yeah. I like films. But one of the ones that came out that I thought was really cool and is an interesting commentary on like where we are in society now was You People by what was it?
I don't know the director. I know it had Jonah Hill.
Well, the director was I think it's Kenya Barris.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, Kenya.
Kenya Barris. He actually worked on Blackish as a writer, and then he worked as a screenwriter on Coming to America 2.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
Did you guys see it? Was it good?
I saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of would have rather have
just left it
and not been made. Yeah. They should have came out with it like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
20 years ago.
Yeah.
But
that movie was in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
It's like 20 years ago would have been 2000s. Yeah.
Honestly, there was no way they were going to top the original.
Yeah, they knew. They're just having fun.
Yeah. But yeah, he had worked on that, but with this one, You People, it was actually screenwritten also by the screenplay was also written by Jonah Hill.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh? He did write the movie. So he stars in it with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. And synopsis, if you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's just like a commentary on a mixed race marriage.
Yeah.
And these two people coming together, and
That's the future of America, people.
and that's really like what America is all about. People coming together and from different backgrounds.
Gotta melt that pot.
Yeah, it's the melting pot of relationships. But what I loved about it was that it wasn't just like, I don't know, like I can't think of any other examples that I've seen of this kind of a situation, and like the struggles that two different types of people from two different types of backgrounds kind of have with one another,
and with family. Like,
Yeah,
because
because in a lot of shows or movies, like when they show two love interests, they don't really ever consider the families. You know what I mean?
Which is the
or
big
they
thing.
do, but it's like everybody's either white or black, and then, there's something other.
Yeah.
But it's you don't see that racial tension of like, oh wow, these are two completely different families.
Which you can see that there was the point of view from being an African American. And Jonah Hill was playing, and I think he is Jewish, and those two, opposing things happening. Whether
not even that, I think they were Muslim.
Yeah, Muslim, and so they had the Muslim religion, and they played into whatever their systems that they have in those. Even though Jonah Hill and Lauren London, were able to come together come together and fall in love and everything, still had to put up with the fact that like their families had whatever preconceived notions of what the other person was.
Yeah, well, they depicted Jonah Hill's family as just being like ignorant white people. You know what I mean? Like,
see, but
I'm
at
trying
the
to
same
be
time though, it also portrayed them as them trying to be woke white people, right?
Yeah,
and like there's a lot of times where
they
white
kind of
people
go hand in hand, right?
come off like that,
Yeah.
right? And you're like,
They're just oblivious to what they're saying.
Be chill, right?
Yeah.
And then like there's a lot of times where,
dude, she made me cringe so much. Was it Julia Dreyfus?
Yeah. Julia Dreyfus. Yeah.
I was just like, oh my gosh, why are you saying that? And I love the fact that Jonah Hill was just like, mom, and I was like, oh, what are you doing, Elaine?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, what are you doing, Elaine?
and like I don't know. At the same time though, like I also see it, and like sometimes it's your own people, like your own people make it hard on you to just advance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like being native, like I know, like we've kind of gone through the same things where like marrying a Caucasian or a Euro-American person, they'll be like you'll meet other natives and they'll be like, what are you doing, man? And I'm like, I'm falling in love with whoever I want to fall in love with. Well, like what's your big deal? And
I don't like the idea of these social constructs that are just made to make us stay together. You know what I mean? And like those are these ideas that were taught to us with like remnants of white supremacy. Do you know what I mean? Like we stay on our side of the tracks and you stay on your side of the tracks, right?
like,
Yeah.
And there wouldn't be a problem if movies like this weren't even made in the first place. Like, why was this movie even made in the first place? Because people realize that these things are happening and these things are awkward.
Yeah.
So let's put a comedic light to it.
and it's uncomfortable, and it at least gives us the ability to face those kinds of things and like begin a dialogue.
Yeah.
Which I love because I mean he's doing a podcast on his own with his friend, and she's able to be like, hey dude, like what are you doing? Don't you understand that this is, you're crossing a line here? And he's like, no man, I don't get it. I don't get what your big deal is. And
is it so? All right, so tell me, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed aspects of the movie, but I also thought like I thought like some of the writing was a little lazy,
Yeah.
But like I could
It's
tell,
Netflix. It's Netflix,
well, it's
right?
like you could tell, like especially nowadays with comedies, and this is just veering a little bit off of that topic of racial tension, but like you tell comedies when people are like just improvising. It's like, okay, you've tried this joke to make this joke work for like you guys should have cut this like 10 seconds ago, and it's like, is there something like that? But I was interested in the fact that like Jonah Hill's character is like like he wants to be black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that is like, and I'm getting that feeling that's how Jonah Hill feels. Not that he wants to be black, but like that he wants to be immersed in that, in black culture, And-
inclusive or
yeah, and it's like, because he made like mid 90s, right? And he was all about like having like, he loved rap music growing up, and it was like LA in like the 90s for him that was it, and it's like I could definitely feel those, like him pulling, because he said he was a writer. I could definitely feel him pulling those, like his experiences growing up and putting it into that character of like he wants to be. He doesn't want people to see him as a white guy, you know what I mean? Just as like a guy that like, hey, I get it, and I thought that was interesting. It was kind of weird at first, because I was like, I don't know, man, like you're really coming off as like, well, like, I don't know, like I could do whatever I want, you know what I mean? And you could tell Eddie Murphy's character was like, no, I don't like that.
Here's another colonizer coming in.
So I think it touched on a lot of interesting points of view.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, he's 39 years old.
Yeah.
And so him being like 39 years old, I mean, it would put him in the same realm as you, and as you, son of Picasso, and you had, from our earlier shows, you had told us that like hip hop was a big thing during that time, and I'd imagine, you both probably had the same kind of experience with hip hop and hip hop culture coming up, which I can totally see why he would do that, being immersed in hip-hop.
it was definitely interesting. It was a movie to think about. I also heard some interesting information. There's a comedian, he was his friend did you guys hear about that? Andrew Schultz, I think is his name. He's got a podcast. On his podcast, he was talking about, he's like, yo, that kiss at the end at their wedding, he's like, I guarantee you it was 100% CGI. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, we were there. We were shooting the scene and we were all cheering. He's like, never once did I see their lips come together. And so people were like, what? And so, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's weird. Like,
well, dude,
that's weird.
That was the thing, is I did like the fashion, dude. Like the fashion in it. Like whoever put the fashion, the wardrobes together.
Oh, yeah.
Was like top tier. Like I digged everything. Like everything looked awesome.
Man, I really wanted to like relate to the story in the sense, but like I was like, this guy's rich, like he was like what was he? He was like a stockbroker or something, you know what I mean?
No, I don't even know.
I
just remember the podcast. I remember he was on the podcast.
He
with
does
his
the podcast
homie.
on the side, and like the big thing for him at the end of the movie is like, he wants to pursue his dreams,
Yeah.
But it's like, oh man, it's easy to pursue your dreams like willy nilly when you have already made like so much money. You've got this like crazy apartment in LA, no doubt.
Just the fact that he was able to, like,
since we're talking about fashion, like I have this deal with like Caucasian kids wearing like streetwear, right? Like if I was to wear some of these streetwear clothes that came out, like people would just be like, look at this thug, right? But then you go and like Jonah Hill puts on this thing. It's like, oh, look how edgy, look how cool he is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's just this double standard of
that's what that's part of me. That's why I'm like, well, it's like he just wants to get into the
likes
culture.
To dabble in
just,
the culture.
He
talks about the culture.
Yeah.
You know what
he's
I mean?
the culture. It's about the culture.
Man. You don't know anything about the culture.
I don't know. I love Jonah Hill. I still love the guy. He's. I
mean, it was
I
good.
think he's pretty. He's a cool. He seems like a cool dude.
Like, since we're talking about the culture, do you think like poverty is part of the culture?
I think it likes to be made
I
out to be.
I hate to say that it feels like it is.
Yeah.
But I think that's like the problem is that like we all feel like it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
think
well,
if it wasn't, then why would somebody get to the other side and then spend all that money on like a car or bling or shoes? Because it's like
it's a
escape
flex.
poverty.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a flex of like, well, look where I'm at now. Made it from the bottom. Now we here, right? Like,
and that's why I still look like I'm poor. Secretly, I'm extremely wealthy.
All right, y'all. Welcome back, though. This is season 3 off the reservation. You guys know who we are, and we're excited to be back. So thanks for coming with us on this ride. Check us out. We're on TikTok. If you're interested, we're gonna have all of our old episodes available on YouTube through our Patreon. So if you never listened to those old episodes, go check them out. Maybe give us a subscribe on Patreon, and
we'll see you on the other side, Goose.
We'll see you on the. Did you say goose?
Yeah, I called you Goose.
All right, Maverick. Iceman.
Iceman.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week.
They call me Ice Pick.
Wasn't that Jonah Hill's character name in the original writing? Ice Pick?
Ice pick.
It's like, so Ice Pick fell in love.